the field, turns for home in the Belmont Stakes. It is the Tara. He wins by 4 lengths. The Triple Crown will remain vacant once again.
I never did see him gallop past me. I saw him taken up. I was crying, my wife was crying, my kids were crying. And all I kept saying is, how did this happen? How did this turn out like this? How did my horse, did he break a leg? I mean, is this Barbara all over again? Is this the end of racing? I mean, in my eyes, this could have been the end of racing. So I sprinted through the tunnel on the backside, and the first person I ran into was Bobby Frankel, and I knew we were in his barn. Rick was already with the horse in the spit box, and I said, Bobby, how bad is it? And he says, how bad is what? I said, well, how bad is the horse? You know, what happened? He says, what happened? Going nothing. The horse is fine. He says, I think it's the jockey. He says, horse is fine. I've never seen a jockey pull up a sound horse before.
Once Kent knew that his race was over with, the best thing you can do as a jockey in care for the horse and the owner's interests is look after that horse and make sure that they've got a horse that's going to get back to the barn healthy. You don't know at the time what's wrong with him. You just know it's not even close to the same horse that you're used to riding.
The perfect racing scenario for me was to get outside and engage the Tara at my convenience, not have them think that I'm the 3 to 5 and have them engage me at the 7/8 and then, you know, end up another Smarty Jones. So I thought the race, when I got outside going into the first turn, I said, that's it, the race is over, I got it. And unfortunately, there's no pop tires, he's just out of gas.
What is your emotion now is the question.
I think I'm numb, really, a little lost, just feeling no emotion whatsoever, blank.
I made peace with the Belmont Stakes that night. When I got back to that barn and I saw him, and he was fine. He was getting his bath, put my arms around him, and he just put his head on my shoulder, and I was bawling. I mean, sunglasses on, I was bawling, and I'm telling you, the horse was talking to me. You know, when he put his head down, race horses don't put their head down on you. It's just not the way they are. They'll take a bite at you, but they just won't drop their head. And he put his head on my shoulder, and I was busted up. I said, you know what, you're a champion. You won the Triple Crown today as far as I'm concerned. And for us to bring him back safely and soundly, no matter what happened on the racetrack, at that point we won the Belmont.
This was all a gift. I mean, we've been on a tremendous ride, and did I want to win the Triple Crown? I wanted to win the Triple Crown more than anybody, but I mean, you know, I went back home and my life went on, and you know, are you disappointed? Sure, you're disappointed, but you got to be thankful for what you've achieved, and you got to just, you know, hope that you're in a position to do it again someday.
No one will know, you know, what reason or why he ran so poorly. When the horse broke bad, he obviously twisted his shoe off, and you know, we saw the pictures of that, so we know that it was a problem. It could have been the racetrack, which was kind of a funny track. It rained, and then it was really kind of hard and fast, and maybe he didn't like that. It could have been a number of reasons. We don't know. I don't really know if the connections will ever find out.
I just never believed that this horse was going to get beat in that race. And I believe if they ran that race 100 times, he'd probably win at 95, 98. I just never would have imagined it. I thought that was ours.
Perhaps you're uniquely qualified to answer this, Kent. What, in your opinion, what will it take for a horse to win the Triple Crown someday?
Well, we were just talking about that in the jocks room. I know what I was sitting today, and maybe it was the foot, who knows? But whatever it was, the end result is I can't fathom what kind of freaks those 11 Triple Crown winners were. I won the Derby with some pressure. I won the Preakness in an armchair ride, and for whatever reason he wasn't resilient enough today. This is unknown to me because he's actually supposed to be a 1.5 mile horse. He's supposed to be a distance horse. With that being said, these occasions for me have only made me realize how awesome those horses were.
is Big Brown by 5 on the wire.
This program is brought to you with limited commercial interruptions by Phasic Tipton.
I just never believed that this horse was going to get beat. How did this happen? How did this turn out like this? Is this the end of racing? I mean, in my eyes, this could have been the end of racing.
They're off in the Haskell, and Big Brown broke like a rocket. Big Brown under a full-out drive at the top of the stretch. Coleman is third, and they're into the stretch, and Coldplay is trying to pull up the upset. Big Brown is bearing down on the outside. Coldplay in front. Big Brown down the center of the track, coming with every stride, and coming to win the Haskell. Big Brown is back.
I think right now, obviously, Rick needs to evaluate and see what this race took out of him, and then we'll plan a sensible campaign. But obviously, the race that we all want to win is the Breeders' Cup, and Rick will work back from there and make a decision on his next spot.
So the ultimate goal is the Breeders' Cup?
That's absolutely the ultimate goal.
Okay.
I think that all of America was hoping that Big Brown and Curlin would hook up at some point during the season, and that one chance was going to come in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Curlin couldn't win the Derby, we could. Curlin couldn't win this race, we could. Curlin got beat to a filly, we haven't. Our horse is undefeated on the grass, Curlin isn't. I don't know why people think Curlin is such a good horse. We're facing the competition, we want it. We want Curlin in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Big Brown digs back for all he's got here. Brodinski cannot get by him, and Big Brown wins. He was great on the green.
He peaked in the spring in the Preakness for the first time, but the goal was to have him peak again as a more mature horse in the fall for the Breeders' Cup. He had one more race left in him that was going to be the best race of his life.
With only 10 days to go before his long-anticipated day, Big Brown was finally overcome by his career-long nemesis. While training alongside stablemate Kip DeVille on the turf, Big Brown sustained a severe and career-ending hoof injury. A Breeders' Cup victory would never belong to Big Brown, nor even to Curlin that year.
But it's going to be Raven's Pass to win it! Raven's Pass and Frankie Dettori have won the Classic!
Shortly after his injury, Big Brown was whisked away to a new career at stud, standing at the prestigious Three Chimneys Farm.
Well, without trying to sound like a salesman, I think he's magnificent. He's one of the nicest horses we've ever had in the barn. And I think that when people come see him, they're going to realize what a magnificent specimen he is. None of us know which ones of these are going to make stallions. And so you have to take the opportunity to improve your odds by taking the best of each generation that you can get. You know, this horse was brilliant in the Florida Derby, he was brilliant in the Kentucky Derby, he was incredible in the Preakness. So I don't know that there's a better candidate out there retiring to stud this year from this crop.
Right now, Big Brown's schedule is just going out in the pen a couple hours twice a day. Pretty soon we'll be able to get him out in the pen all day. And then hopefully in the next month or so we can have him in a paddock once his feet are pretty much stable. Right now, he's not seeing any girlfriends. We'll start doing that the first part of December. We'll start introducing him to mares and then give him the month of January off and then come back in February and introduce him to the same girls that he'd seen in December. And then the thoroughbred mares will start coming to him in about Valentine's Day.
I think his legacy as a racehorse, he's already made that. He did something no other horse had done, and that was one race as a 2-year-old and 2 prep races for the Kentucky Derby. Even I said there's no way that a horse can do this. From the 20 post position, he was defeated one time in his career, and it happened to be the Belmont Stakes when the Triple Crown was on the line. He came back and won another turf race against older horses. He won the Haskell. His legacy as a racehorse is already made. Now we'll see what he does in the breeding shed.
I think Big Brown will go down in history as a great 3-year-old for sure. Had he won the Classic and beaten Raven's Pass and Henry the Navigator and Duke of Marmalade, and of course Curlin, then yes, he could have done for his career what a classic win did for AP Indy. A horse who had to overcome a tremendous amount of physical ailments to do what he did, I look at him as being great to be able to do that. Unfortunately, you know, his Belmont is going to live with him.
I just never feel that we, at any point in his career, got down to see the best of the best. You know, he was doing things out there because he just could. And what you saw was, you saw maybe a horse that wasn't on the top of his game, but now understood that my heart can make up for what my body can. It's that element that makes great racehorses, because they can't always bring their A game, but their heart and their will and their determination makes up for what their body can't provide.
Big Brown digs back for all he's got here.
He showed you that there is no way that I am going to come back and drop my head on Mike Ivarone's shoulder again. I will not do that. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back with roses, and I'm going to come back and smile in the winner's circle.